process you go through with Excel, for an example? And should we somehow limit Excel from being able to do the same thing?
Ms. Kirkmeyer.
The process I had to go through with Excel, and at the time I was a county commissioner, because this was back in the 90s. Again, the first thing they do is they send you a letter and they tell you that they are going to put this pipeline through, and they try to explain what the pipeline is, and they ask for a right of entry so they can go on your property and do surveys and mark and put little green flags out all over the place. Then they also ask to have a meeting with you. You come to a meeting. They basically tell you what the law is, tell you what they can do. They express how they are a utility. Excel is, and they are already regulated by the PUC. They tell you about what their powers are. They tell you what they believe to be the fair market value of your property is based on appraisals that they have had done or an appraisal study that they may have done on the area. So my experience with them is I wanted them to move the pipeline to a different side of the property so that it wouldn't be running through the middle of my agricultural property and would be as close as possible to the road and away from my place of residence, because it was a 24-inch high-pressured gas line, and quite honestly, you need about a 350-foot setback from that. And by putting it as close to the road, that's where it would be. At first, they refused to do that. And I will be very honest with you. At that point, I told them, because I was calling them from the county office, that if they did that, and if they were going to continue trying to condemn my land and put that pipeline wherever they thought it was best, that I would walk out the door and get 2 more county commissioners, and we would impose 1041 powers, and I'd put a moratorium on them. And then I would talk to them about how they were going to cross every single roadway that they needed to cross. And we would have that discussion, because I really didn't appreciate their hard slamming tactics where they were trying to intimidate me. And it actually got to the point where we were exchanging letters on about going to court with regard to the value of the property. We were able to work it out and negotiate it out, because Excel then came back and did move the pipeline to the portion of the property that we asked them to move it to.
Thank you.
I have a question. Well, actually, this afternoon I may get the opportunity to ride a train